my name is Tess Vismale from the Event Tech Pull-Up. I am now co-founder of the Event Tech Atlas, and my co-founder, Keith Johnston, is just off stage, and we are happy to bring you this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful episode of our show. Now I'd like to introduce to you Kristi Casey, who is our editor, our executive editor. She's going to make sure our brand and our messaging is fabulous with the Event Tech Atlas. Kristi?
Hey everybody, I'm Kristi. So I'm in charge of making sure that we tell the truth. The Event Tech Atlas is your guide to help you find the event tech you need at any stage along your life cycle without the hype, so that you can understand what works and why. And you may have noticed that we are in a very different location than a lot of our podcasts, and that is on purpose because we're bringing to you a very special, unique mobile event space. But first, before we get into that, I want to introduce the other people that are with us. So Stuart and Mike, if you might introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Stuart Mitchell. I'm part of the Event Tech Atlas team. I'm part of the business development team and engagement team. But I also have another company, Catch the Mice. We're actually at International Confex at the moment, and in a very unique, one of a kind actually, solution, which is owned and operated by our friend here.
Hi, I'm Mark Tasker, and we own and operate Optima1, which we're on board today, which is the most advanced mobile event space that there is. It can be anything from a studio to a hospitality unit to an exhibition to a lounge. We can have whatever it is you need it to be, and we're very happy to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to be here.
So Mark, you had been talking with me a little bit earlier and mentioned that you have this vast experience as an event producer, and that the design for this Optima vehicle came out of a pain point that you were trying to solve. Can you talk to us a little bit about the events that you were doing and how, like, what Optima is, how it solved that pain point for your clients?
So basically what happened was we've been doing events for 25 years, probably more than that. And everything from giant concerts with 75,000 people and Ricky Martin and One Direction and Screaming Girls, live on the radio, live on TV, through to a lot of medical events, exhibition builds, sales conferences, kickoff meetings, that type of thing. So lots of different things. And we thought that it would be really cool to have a vehicle that enables us to do lots of different things, but in a really beautiful luxury environment. So that didn't exist. You can hire a box that's on wheels that can turn up, but it's a box, it has no equipment, it has no furniture. You can hire a luxury lounge, but it's got no equipment. So you can hire an OB unit, hire an OB unit that has lots of equipment, but it doesn't look good. So what we wanted to have was something that did all of that in a very beautiful way, but then make it flexible. So our background includes radio and TV. So you can do a radio show here, you can do a TV studio here. We could do an exhibition here. We want it to be as flexible as possible and to have as many different options open to people. And even at the touch of a button, because it's digital, if we want to, we can change the branding minute by minute if you need to. So you don't need to think, okay, we have hired this to be a lounge for this particular client at this particular event. You can have it doing lots of things for lots of different people, all within the same space, all within the same time.
That's amazing.
Can I cut in there?
Absolutely.
I'm fascinated by this. It's a really clever setup. It's got, I don't know if you can see it, there's some visuals which I'm sure we'll put over the top of this one, but it's got great LED screens, which are almost pop-up banners, which you've got instantly a professional kind of studio rather than it being a kind of a temporary sort of setup. But the AV equipment here is state of the art, and I've never genuinely seen anything quite like this. It's a full production studio, great sound, great insulation. We've got a show going on outside, and you can't hear anything out there, which has just suddenly dawned on me. You've got really good insulation that takes you into your own little micro environment.
Yeah, and so what you also can't see, just viewing us, is that we are in a space that is fully climate controlled. So the doors can open up and it can be an outdoor venue, it can be an indoor venue. Right now we're in the middle of the trade show floor, but anywhere that a truck can roll in, that's where you can set up. And you were saying that it's 90 minutes
Yes.
I mean, compare that to how long it took us to build our booth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And you've got a roof terrace upstairs.
And you have a roof terrace up there.
We arrived after one of the other booths hit, and they've been building for a day, and we were ready in 90 minutes, and they were still building 2 days after we'd finished. So,
Yeah.
and they have a beautiful booth. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Well,
not
that's a
that
lot
different
going
to
on.
this. It's not that different to this.
The thing that I loved it, because I used to manage a conference center, so I understand events from the planning side as well as the venue side, is the fact that when I walked in, I was like, oh my goodness, these are not just doors, these are windows. So I can take you outside for an outdoor festival.
Mhm.
I can open up, and the way the steps are laid, I can actually have a reception beautifully. And then when I saw one of your videos, which I was highly impressed about because I love setup and event design, I was like, I can go straight to classroom. So I can have extra content going on here. And then there's a built-in bar here that can work in various different ways. And then the geeky side of me came up and said, wait, that's where the pit is? Oh my goodness. And then I started geeking out on the pit. And you know how that how that is when we get all excited about the tech. And it was just perfect to realize that we have the flexibility to be able to do what you want and then put on wheels and roll wherever you'd
Yeah.
like to go.
Yeah, it's literally everything that is needed is here, and everything is 4K. Everything is geared up with fiber. We're future proof, and it does exactly what it's meant to do. And we spec'd it. We spent a long time. So, for example, the screen, we went and spent time with Abson, and we're working with them because we only had a very fine tolerance as to where the screen could be. Because when the floor comes up and it folds up, we are literally within about 3 or 4 millimeters
Wow.
of that floor being up.
Wow.
So it was done, even the frame, the
And it's
screen sits on.
gorgeous. Look, I wish you could see your own screens, but it's gorgeous. Yeah.
But it's the quality is amazing, but it's designed literally to the millimeter because it has to work within a mobile vehicle that travels from event to event, but it works. And when it's all in situ, you wouldn't know you're on a trailer. You
Yeah.
wouldn't know. It feels like it's a studio.
I'm really excited because I think you've got a great product here, which has got so much opportunity for many different, verticals of
Yeah.
of products.
Yeah.
To launch it here or amplify it and kind of to give it an activation. Anything from the Formula One you mentioned, sporting events, all the way through to any sort of activation.
Yeah.
And there's a huge diverse element of buyers out there, or event planners, I should say, that can utilize this product. It's a shame you've only got it one. That's the problem.
Well, number 2 and number 3 are already sort of in the bag. No, we launched it at Silverstone, and the reaction there was amazing. People just couldn't believe what they were looking at. And we were able to do something, as we said before, you can do something every hour. We had different kinds of driver meet and greet. We had sponsor events. We had filming for some of the team sponsors. And we had a cocktail evening in the evening.
Yes.
So yeah, it was very versatile. And then we went off and we did Capital Radio in the UK. We did their breakfast show, which is a national show, live from here to the whole of the UK.
Oh, I love it.
You're looking at things, this is crazy. We're
Like, how do we
broadcasting to
do
the whole
that?
from this trailer. And they literally turned up, and within 90 seconds as they're walking on, having first seen it, they said, yeah, we want it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm switching. I'm gonna mess them up a little bit. I hope everyone realizes that I'm gonna mess them up. So what I'd like to do is look at planner, because you have a concept as an organizer in some form or fashion, mixed with event tech product. Tell me how you would actualize what you have in your arsenal in a space like this. So I want the audience to hear that.
Oh my goodness me, where do we start? I mean, because it's so, it's almost a blank canvas. You can change it almost overnight. Well, not even at a flick of a switch.
Yeah.
All of this graphics can change. You've got different branding. You could change literally from moment to moment. Now, you've also got live stream from here. I'm guessing broadcast from here. You've got hospitality. I also understand you can bring a car in here, a vehicle in here. And I think some of the hotels that I've worked with in the past that wanted to do product launches have won those pitches by being able to bring a vehicle into the property itself, because our weather in the UK is not always great. So if we can get a product into a vehicle, into an event space, it's almost won that business straight away. I remember on a hotel I used to work with some consultancy for. I said, if you want to win that Jaguar event, put a Jaguar in there, and as soon as you do the site inspection and there's a car in the product, you've won it, because you actually, a lot of, unfortunately, event planners can't visualize what it is, what it looks like without it physically there, and also access through hotel doors, for example, to get a vehicle in, or a 4x4, especially your American vehicles, which are so big, are difficult to get through the doors. So that's another field, and there's great, commercial opportunities for product launches, ride and drives, press reviews, even augmentation of vehicles as well, and new additions, new show rights of products. But that being said, any activation could be done here, any vertical, pharmaceutical, and tech, because you're so well kitted out with your Cat 6, I'm guessing, cabling and such like. Five.
Yes,
So
love.
5 always.
Love it.
No,
Love
absolutely. Very exciting.
That is very exciting.
I can see a lot of opportunities, and I instantly know a lot of buyers that would be interested in having a conversation with you.
When you talk about cars there, the door options that we had when we were building this, was one of them was a very lovely electric door that's very swish and looks good, but you can't get a car through it. So we went for the doors that open all the way, so you can get
It's
a car.
well thought out.
Because again, you think, okay, if someone wants to do cars, they're probably going to do it. The other thing, we have the cargo hooks in the floor, so we can carry a car with us.
I
So we
love
can have
it.
a car from venue to venue.
I'm going to ask a question, because I think, when you transport really good 4K kit anywhere, there's an element of shake, rattle, and roll, which kind of then doesn't do so well with the elements inside. How do you manage that?
So that was part of the planning process. We spoke with Abson and other manufacturers. Abson were very, very confident in their product, because they said they fitted this screen onto a cruise ship.
Right, okay.
And
which rolls
they've never had any problems.
and vibrates.
Yeah. So they said absolutely no problem. The other company weren't so confident and weren't willing to guarantee the product for this usage, so that it was a no-brainer. We said to Abson, we went back to them and said, would you guarantee this, and is it still under warranty for this use? And they said, absolutely, we have no problem whatsoever.
That's wonderful.
This product. So,
Because our roads are in the UK, we have a lot of potholes, to be honest. Yes. Potholes.
but this is also air suspension as well. So
Oh, right, okay.
well, the whole thing hydraulics up, as you've probably seen on the video, I'm sure you can overlay here. The whole vehicle lifts up, the wheels come out, and then it drops down onto its belly. But that whole hydraulic system also cushions
A lot of that. Love it.
Just to tell you, we're off the floor. We are literally probably about 8 inches off the floor.
And that's what I was about to talk about, is accessibility. Just
really.
accessibility is like off the bat. I don't have any challenges and any problems with what my audience will experience when they're coming to an experience like this, whether I'm choosing to have activations outside of it, and then also being able to have them come inside, which is really,
it feels like a booth. It doesn't feel like you've driven a truck in.
Yes, that is it.
You're right.
The other thing you can do as well is we can build a terrace out from the front, which is effectively just decking.
Yeah.
We match the covering on the decking to match the covering on the floor here. And because we literally at such a button can raise and drop the height of the trailer, we can match the decking outside, so
it's just nice and
And do you have an option if you're just doing this unit with stairs? You have a ramp option in case there are people who. Do you have an accessibility option for the roof? I know it's like a spiral.
No, that would be the only thing. I think that would be beyond.
From a design standpoint, that's a little harder.
Yeah, but you could put the band on the roof and maybe some decking instead.
Absolutely. And
yeah, but we could do a ramp.
Experience.
You can hire temporary lifts that you can use for wheelchairs, because we have another door there that you could use for that, or at the front. So plenty of options to do.
Yeah.
And it's plug and play, pretty much. To a 3-phase power supply, and you're good to go.
Yeah. And from our standpoint, even from event technology standpoint, we could run demos of all the event tech companies in here, so we can see and they could interact with their tech very, very easily, and have our own road show for that matter. And educating, that piece is the part that like I said, I love that. It sounds crazy, the classroom, but that means I can actually truly educate and feel good about it. It's just not cute.
Unique.
I think as well, we can also bring in people who can create interactive experiences using the screens, and you can have simulators, you could do racing competitions, you could do, things that engage with an audience using the technology, because it's really easy for us to connect into that additional tech that somebody might want to bring onto the unit.
When you have people that are coming in and producing their events using the Optima, what are some of the joy points that you find are being created?
I think the first thing is the wow moment, because people, you see them here and they literally walk around the corner and you can see them saying wow, and it's wow. And even our own people, when we were designing this, over the course of a year, who's seen the visuals, the designs, we worked out how many millimeters to lift the screen. When they saw it for the first time, they just had a huge smile on their face, and they were like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" It's pretty cool. So I think that's really cool. And then also, obviously, just from an event point of view, just being able to say yes to somebody. If a client says, "Can you do?" And 99 times out of 100, the answer is, "Yeah, we can do that." You mean like this? And that's exactly what we mean. Because we've got things loaded on from previous events, so it's quite easy to demo, as we've shown to you guys as well, about how we can change the settings, or we can go into camera mode, or we can go into animations, or we can even change the color of the lights to match your color, your corporate color. So just being able to say yes is great, because obviously clients like to hear that word, and sometimes in some situations it's not possible, but with this, generally the answer is yes.
So when you think about what this is capable of, and you think about where people's kind of go-to desire on how they want to use it is, are there capabilities that you have that are currently being underutilized, or things that you think are super cool when you were just, because this is the man who designed it. Are like things that you think of, oh my gosh, like why doesn't anyone use this, or I wish they would do this? Like what are the secret powers that Optima1 has?
I think we've had a chance to try doing everything that it was designed to. The final piece of the jigsaw was to have a fully fledged TV studio.
Okay.
We've done filming on board, but not actually had it set up as we have it here, with all the cameras, with all the kit that goes with it. So this is probably the first time that's been used purely as a TV studio. And that's the only thing that probably we haven't done before properly. So I think we've done everything that it's designed
the studio. It's fantastic, great lighting, great tech team as well, which you have as a partner. And this is the
mixing room and setup. All the cameras.
And this will go out on our media as well, and across several medias. If anyone wants to get in touch with you,
website is optima1.com, and we have all the information there. You can see the sizes, you can see all the different uses, examples of what we've done, and anything that you might need to know about it, and then just get in touch for something else. We're happy to provide visuals of what it would look like for a particular client, because as we know, clients love to see exactly how their logos would look in situ. So we can do that relatively easy thanks to the joys of AI and Photoshop. Or of course we can put their logos onto the screens at the touch of a button anyway. So what we're quite happy to do is, somebody wants to dial in, say in the meeting that you're doing with the client, we can dial in to Optima1 and show you around, because as you said before,
because you have the tech for it. It's just sitting right here.
Good at that.
And it's beautiful.
we will definitely feature this on the Catch the Mice website, and also the media channels. And if anyone wants to get in touch, just drop me a line and I'll feed the details over.
Thank you.
It's a great opportunity there, I think.
No, it's really nice.
So thank you
for coming.
Thank you.
To learn about more technology like this and some unusual takes from a practitioner standpoint, visit eventtechatlas.com.
Yes, we are so happy to have you. You all, thank you. And I'm going to say thank you on behalf of my co-founder, Keith Johnston. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
You have hit every box for us, even from the luxury perspective, because they all call me bougie. So thank you. Take care.
Thank you.